Nice and Cartwright.
Yep.
British title fight week's here.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Feel good. Yeah, feel good. Trained hard. Had a long camp. Everything's gone to plan, so I'm ready.
You feel very calm. You look very calm. You've been in this position before of heading into a British title fight.
Yeah.
What's your experience telling you?
Just enjoy it. Like, I think the whole part of boxing is that you have to enjoy it. If you only ever look forward to the fight, then what about the 8-12 weeks before it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to enjoy the process, and I've enjoyed the process, so just got to enjoy the fight as well now. I've done it my whole life since I was 6, so it's not anything new to me. It's all I've ever known.
How much does the British title mean to you, taking that belt home?
Everything. Like, I should imagine every single British fighter, their first accolade that they do want to achieve is obviously winning a British title. The Lonsdale belt's probably one of the nicest to the eye, isn't it? So I'm just looking forward to it, and I can't wait to put on a performance and just show off all me hard work and my dedication. You've
been in British title fights before. A fight that was heavily sort of watched over as one of the great British title fights, as it so often is in this. When you look back on that, what do you want to be different this time?
I've just had more preparation now. Like, I was coming off a 3-year layoff, where I boxed 1 round in 3 years when I fought Troy. And really, in a realistic world, I probably shouldn't have took the fight with 6 weeks notice and having 1 round under my belt in 3 years. But I just thought, what have I got to lose? I know I'm going to go out there and put on a performance regardless, because I train hard. Even though I hadn't been boxing, I'd still been training, running and staying strong and fit. Like, I could probably have just done with more sparring and potentially a few more fights before that last fight. But I came out and I think I shocked 90% of the boxing world. So it's a fight that I still, even when I watch it back now, I still think I possibly could have took it. A lot of the rounds were close. With me knockdown, me personally scoring, I gave it 6 rounds all. But with my knockdown, I should have took it. But boxing's boxing. It scored the way it did, and I learned from it. So it's an improved me.
How do you think a fight with Samuel Antwi differs from a fight with Troy Williams?
A lot different. He's a little bit more unorthodox, Samuel. Like, I actually like his style. I think he's a good fighter. He was exciting to watch. I think from watching his last big fight against Wasserman, he improved a lot. He's not as erratic and wasn't as wild. He's shown that he did obviously have a bit more of a game plan about him rather than just chin down, letting big shots go. So I think it'll differ in regards to Troy's quite an upright, tall fighter, and that's how he boxed me in the end. He got back on his jab after the first half of the fight and stayed away. I don't know what I'm going to get from Samuel, because again, he can be erratic, come forward firing big shots, or I've seen him wanting to box on a back foot, being as awkward as they come. So I'm just prepared for both, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, I like a fight. The adrenaline it gives me, like the real life drugs that we give ourselves, that's what it gives me. So
he says it's a certainty. He says he's not leaving the building without the belt over his shoulder.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
We're all going to say that, aren't we? Like, in my head, I've already won it. I've done the hard work. Fight's the easy part that I'm going to enjoy. But look, I respect him. I respect every fighter that steps in front of me, and I'm glad he's confident. I'd want to box someone who's confident. I don't want to box someone who's not feeling themselves. So, I hope he does the best he can, but obviously I'm here to take that belt home with me. So
you both, it's a difficult thing to say, but you're both nice guys.
Yeah.
And we see that more and more in boxing.
Yeah.
There is the exception where fighter A goes at fighter B and whatever else, but we're seeing more and more. You're both nice guys.
Yeah.
When does that change? When do you have to lose the nice guy?
I have a little 10-15 minutes not long before unboxing where I go and stand in front of a mirror and I just look at myself in the eyes, and I just change from being me, I guess. I'm still me, obviously, standing in the mirror, but my mindset changes, and I just talk to myself and I reiterate everything I've got to do on the night, and I just get really zoned in on focusing on what's in front of me and what I'm going to do when I get in the ring. It's something I've always done, and it just allows me to flick that switch and just change into me having this mentality of no mercy, basically.
I know you're not going to want to give too much away, I appreciate that, but when the first bell goes, Friday night, Channel 5, over 2 million people watching, first bell goes, what happens? I'm
just going to do me, and I'm going to let my shot go. And if one lands, just know I'm going to be trying to take him out. It's just me as a fighter. I'm all like rage go, like obviously calculated to a degree. Obviously you can't lose your temper, but like when I'm throwing shots, I'm not trying to hang about. I'm as nasty as it sounds. Obviously, I want to get him out of there, and I think that's a thought on every single fighter's brain. If they can get him out of there, why not? So
you want to get him out of there, but do you think the fight goes a distance, or do you think it ends early, one way or the other?
It's a 50-50 chance. I think we've both got like reasonable similar records regarding stoppages. I know I've got power to stop people. Obviously Samuel's record says the same. It's just about game planning and make sure we land that correct shot, because if you go looking for it, it never comes. You've just got a box, and when the chance does come, take yourself to that next gear and get him out there.
Take your moment.
I think obviously when I boxed Troy and I had him down in the second round, I possibly could have stayed in them gears a lot longer and done more in the next couple of rounds, like I've done previously in other fights. But with the inactivity of the 3 years out the ring, and then knowing I had the 12 rounds hanging above my head, it was like I had to think logically and be like, keep some back. I had him hurt. I know I had him hurt. He still wasn't right for a couple of rounds after, and I possibly could have went through the gears then. That's what's going to possibly be different with me this time. So if I catch him and hurt him, I'm going to be going through them gears.
Is there no risk of fighting on emotion there? Because you've mentioned a couple of times now, and granted I've asked the question as well, but you've mentioned a couple of times when Troy fight happened, this happened, and it's in your head, you're maybe almost coming across like, I'm not letting that happen again. Do you think emotion takes over if you get him hurt and you go for it?
No, it's just experience, isn't it? I know how I felt at the time, and I know I did the 12 rounds. I'd never done a 12-round fight before, and I'd done the 12 rounds, and it stayed at a good pace throughout. So I know I'm fit enough to do it, and that's the confidence that will obviously follow through to me in this fight, knowing that I can do them rounds. And truthfully, really, Troy's probably a bigger, stronger fighter. So I'm expecting Samuel to maybe have a little bit more speed than Troy did, but in regards to strength and stuff, I feel like that's going to be on my side.
Just finally, Mason, Friday night, cameras are on.
Yeah.
We've mentioned it a moment ago, Wasserman, Channel 5. We've seen viewing figures in the millions. Any chance that jangles the nerves just as you're getting out there? Huge viewership.
Not right now, no. Like I say, I've done this my whole life. Nothing changes. Like I enjoy the process, building up to the fights, the excitement, and then obviously we get closer to the fight, and it starts getting closer to your time to walk into the ring. We all get fight nerves, but the nothing that scares me. It's emotion that's like exciting, really, isn't it? Like I said, it's adrenaline, and I love the feeling.
The thing that makes it the most exciting for me is how you both so calm and nice now.
Yeah. You
know there's a war coming. We can't wait.
We don't need to sit here and slag each other off and say nasty things to put on a good fight. There doesn't have to be any bad energy there at all with any fighter ever. Some people might fall out during press conferences and say the odd thing to each other, but personally, we're both committed guys. We're both fully confident in ourselves. We are both going to be saying we're both going to win. Just shake his hand and have a good fight and give everyone what they want to see.
We do want to see it. Yeah. The British title always delivers.
Yeah.
Mason, all the very best for fight week.
Thank you.
All the very best for fight night.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, man.